Man, I was just watching Sergio Leone Western, man. Ennio Morricone did a great job with all those soundtracks. Anyway, it's a new comic book day. We got a pile of comic books here. Let me open up the stream here on the YouTubes, the tubes of you. Oh, there it is. There it is. How's everybody doing? So let me open that up. Oh, got a new subscriber, Cody Palm. I don't know if you just subscribed when the stream started or what, but thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Oh, my stream is buffering a lot. Put my hand here, see how long it takes to show up. I don't think I'm live, am I? No, I'm not live in my own stream. That's kind of goofy. Hey, there's the hand. All right. I think we're ready to get this party started. Oh, my shoulder's killing me. It looks like a video didn't get posted on YouTube. Let me check that out while we're waiting on people. Let's see. No, there it is. There's Coda. Okay, that did go up. I just didn't see it because I'm blind. All right. Cool deal. We got a whole pile of comic books here. I got to go earlier in the day today, so the comic books are not just in a random pile like they usually are. Well, I guess it's not random. Split between the two different stores. They're actually kind of sorted because I've read most of them by now. It was actually really fun. Reading comic books while the sun was still up? That's crazy talk. Hold on. I'm hearing my stream somewhere, and I thought I had it muted. There we go. You know what? Technically, it's 1 minute before my usual, my goal start time, so we'll give people 1 more minute to join us. I'm looking forward to these True Believers things. I only read a couple of Conan books when I was a kid, so I'm hoping we're going to get some good stuff in these. But I guess I can wait, 60 seconds or something. Just a few more seconds. Ay, 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 my arm hurts. Oh my gosh, how long does 60 seconds take? It probably takes about a minute. Oh, boom. Actually, in somber news, I read that Mean Gene Okerlund passed away. That's a shame. That's definitely like the end of an era for wrestling. I don't have any wrestling comics except for Invasion from Planet Wrestle. Hold on, let me find that. It's got to be right here because I just started putting magazine-sized books away. Let's see, DC Nation. Yeah. So, in honor of Mean Gene Okerlund, let's take a moment and look at Invasion from Planet WrestleTopia. He is definitely a major facet, a major reason. Hey, Rami, and thank you for the interesting. He's definitely like a major reason why wrestling in the 80s got so popular, man. You couldn't ask for a better ring announcer than Mean Gene. He was just phenomenal. His work, impeccable. Anyway, let's get to looking at the books, because it's after 8 o'clock, and I got a viewer who's not me. So that's something. Refreshing beverage. So yeah, there were 2 True Believer books that came out this week. I seem to buy all these True Believer books. They're both for Conan, which you might know or might not know that they just started some Conan series. And aren't they putting Conan into like the Avengers or something goofy like that? I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. That seems kind of crazy to me, but I don't make the big bucks at Marvel. I make the big bucks somewhere else. So let's just flip through this. Come with us to the Hyborian Age. That is a goofy looking helmet. I like her hair. When Conan just kills lots of people. Sold. Man, you know, the two Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan movies are both things that I very much enjoy watching. Especially Conan the Barbarian. The final battle at the end, man, when he does the little prayer, that's good entertainment right there. Oops. Here I am smacking the camera upside the head. Where am I going to put these? I got nowhere to sit these books right now. I'm still in the middle of cleaning this office up. Oh, we can set them on the other desk. There we go. That'll work. The Tower of the Elephant. Oh, that's definitely what she said last night. No laughter? Okay, well, it was worth a try. By Bel, god of thieves, I'll show you how to steal winches. I'll show you all. I think his winching got cut off here. I don't know if I'm going to do a review of these or not. I don't feel qualified to read an old Conan comic. Hey, I remember this scene where they climb up a tower. That was in the movie. Is there like an elevator thing in here? Oh, dude. Look at this little elephant dude thing. An idol, seated upon a great marble couch. An idol with the body of a man, but green, with a head too inhuman and too large, its eyes closed as if in and then those eyes open. Paralyzed with terror, held fast by fear, the Sumerian freezes in his tracks. This is no idol but a living thing, and he is trapped within its chamber. Okay, I just sold myself on the book. I gotta go read this as soon as we get done talking here. Well, no, that's a lie. I probably won't read it as soon as we get done talking here. I'm probably gonna go play video games, because that's what I do after this stream. But tomorrow, I'll read it. I've already read Coda 8. Oh, it's so good! Oh, I'm gonna just flip this open. Oh, which one was the one I read? It was the one with the hink in the corner. Yeah, this is the one with the hink in the corner. Okay. I really like the mood in this cover. That isolation, the tranquility. Completely the opposite of this character. It's wonderful. This cover doesn't make any sense based on the contents of the book, so I kind of wonder why it's here. Flying manta rays do not appear in the book at all. Not a single one of them. But what does appear in the book is, let me just find, there's two-page spreads I want to show you, and they're right next to each other. You got this one. So the plot here, the wife went off to Rage, and so she's in the place where all the Urkin go to Rage, and the husband is tracking her down, and he's being chased by all the bandits from the giant city that they were at. And so everybody just gets wrecked by all the berserking Urkin in here. And then this panel, like, husband's about to get killed, and then she saves him right there. And her ability, like, what's Coda about? Coda is a fantasy story. It's kind of set in a post-apocalyptic fantasy world after magic is essentially dead. And it's all about the main character, this guy, trying to, well, I'm going to use his language, trying to fix his wife. That's his wife, by the way. She doesn't always look like that. She's on the cover of the other, or she's on the other cover. Like, that's how she normally looks. Kind of like She-Hulk when She-Hulk is drawn correctly. Green, beautiful, powerful. Let me flip back to the beginning. There should be some nice shots of her that are more expressive than that one. Let's see. Yeah, like this. It's maybe not the best shot, but I think you get the point. Like, she's beautiful, and she's powerful. She's also one of the bad guys that ended the world. And it's basically, the hero is scavenging all the magic he can find to make a potion to cure this. So it's kind of like the Hulk. So she doesn't ever Hulk out again. And I can't flip through the rest of the book. If you're kind of interested in seeing that, you can look at my review. But I just love the gorgeous, gorgeous art. Every page of Coda is a treat for the eyes. The colorist. The art itself is like this loose European style. It's like something you would see in Belgian Folio or French comic magazine or something. But the coloring is just otherworldly. Anytime magic is involved, like it is in this page, the coloring is insane. When magic's not involved, like when the hero first wakes up, everything is drab, mundane, boring. But as soon as magic shows up, let's see. Like when he wakes up his pentacorn here with magic, the colors start going haywire. It's a wonderful artistic touch. And the fantasy story itself, I didn't like how it started. It felt like, hey, let's go and deconstruct fantasy tropes. We're going to do this complete deconstructionist sort of thing. And I don't really like deconstruction. I usually like stories that play things straight more than I like stories that take something and go, well, let's just kind of rip this apart and make fun of it and deconstruct it. I mean, Watchmen is a good example of how deconstruction works well. Most of the stuff that came along since Watchmen doesn't do it nearly as well. And so I thought, oh man, this story's just going to make fun of tropes like quests and adventures and stuff like that. And it did. It did. But then, as it went along, there was something else there. It's really this one guy and his quest for his wife, to cure her, to rescue her, to save her from her own nature. And this issue kind of culminates in that arc, because his quest, he's got all the stuff. He's ready to go. He's just got to get to his wife and give her the cure. So how is she going to react to that? And that very emotional scene is in here. Just after the part I was showing with all the chaos and death. I really like the coloring on these pages. I know it's very red-brown, but if you look at... Where's it at? At the place, that's what it looks like. It's because all the roid-raged out Urkin are in there, just trashing the nothingness. They're raging. And that is how he gets saved. But there she is, too, doing the same thing. And that's what he wants to save her from, is that. It's very interesting. They have a wonderful husband-wife dynamic in the issues leading up to this one. I think she shows up at the end of issue 3. And she takes off here for issue 8. And then they get back together again. And it's touching, emotional stuff. Like, I'm not saying that sarcastically. I mean it. It's some pretty well-written relationship type things. There were 2 covers for Justice League Odyssey, supposedly. So I'm moving on. If you got anything else you want to ask me about Coda, just let me know. But Justice League Odyssey here. I was very happy with this issue. I've already read it. There were 2 covers. I couldn't find the other one, so I just have this one. Next week, when I'm doing this stuff again, I'm going to take a look. But there's some great stuff in this. I'm starting to, like, artist, I'm starting to get used to him. I don't like that picture, that drawing of Jessica Cruz, but I love these robot things that are flying. The skull ship looks great. Like, I'm kind of getting sold on this. I still would have rathered Stefan Sejic done the art, but you can't have everything. Look at this. It looks really good, don't it? Holy crap, I wish Marvel books I picked up and flipped through on the shelf looked this good. This is a great book. And the thing I like the most, this is the dumbest thing, but it's the thing I like the most about this one. What's on the cover is what's in the book. What's on the covers in the book? Let's go back to Coda. Here we go. I should get another superhero book to compare. Now that one's actually true to the cover of the book. Yeah, all right, whatever. But here, this is the nearest comic book I got. Here's what's on the covers. Neither of these scenes really are in the book. This one's truer because it's the wife seeking solitude, so thematically that's kind of in there. But like this is nowhere in it. With this Justice League Odyssey cover, what you see on the cover is what is in the book. It is so great. You know exactly what you're buying. You look at this, you open the book up. This exact pose doesn't happen, but they're totally in an arena. They're totally fighting to the death? Question mark? Maybe? Are they really? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to read the book. Or you can watch my review, because I'm pretty sure I talk about that in the review I already recorded for this. Also, I really liked this spread. Darkseid's looking pretty good here. I gotta admit, Cedric's take on Darkseid looked kind of funny. Here, he looks pretty good. And I dig it. I totally dig it. What else we got? Mr. and Mrs. X7. This is a fun read. There's something about the art that bothers me, and I can't really ever pin it down. I also don't really like Mojo stories, but boy, I had a lot of fun with this one because of the dialogue between these two, the way they interact together. It was just a ton of fun. And also Mojo rebooting Moonlighting as Honeymoon Lighting with Gambit and Rogue. I liked it. I liked it. Ton of fun. Ultimately, that's what it came down to. It was a ton of fun. The road to War of the Realms is paved with blood. Another event. Hey, look, it's another event. I'm really having trouble getting excited. Also, why is Blade hanging out with the Avengers? Blade should never hang out with anybody. Blade couldn't even hang out with other vampire hunters that also wanted to kill Dracula. This is a great fight scene, by the way. Rogue gets to show off her strength. Gambit gets to show off his moves and stuff. Like, it's very satisfying. This issue was very satisfying. Maybe right up until the last couple pages. Oh, also, while I appreciate tributes to Stan Lee, if you open a comic book, you should never see this. I'm just going to let you stare at that for a second as I take a sip of my drink here. It's 2 black pages, by the way. Just in case it wasn't obvious. Just in case you thought this was a single page. It's not. I question the need for these 3 pages. Why can't you have this beautiful tribute to Stan Lee? When I open the cover up, I see Stan the Man over here. Here, let's simulate this with another comic book, all right? I open the cover up, I see Stan the Man right there, welcoming me, saying, you know, hey, true believer, welcome to this Marvel comic book that's full of wonder and delight. Instead, I'm guided by darkness. It's like staring into my soul or something, you know? The Mojo stories, I don't know. I like and don't like Mojo. I have very mixed feelings, especially after X-Men Black Mojo, where he was just even more of a buffoon than he normally is. If you haven't got on the Unnatural train yet, you can buy the first trade paperback. It's out now. I saw it in the store. Not this week, but last week. It's been a fun story. Let's see. We're going to take this one out of the way because I haven't flipped through that one, so I don't want to flip it up. It's very nice. It's very nice interiors, dude. Mirka Andolfo, her art is just gorgeous. Let me just find a good page. Like, there is nothing to not like about the art. The lines are beautiful. The color work is beautiful. When things get a little dreamier, like this, it's still beautiful. You get the sense of emotion that all the characters are going through on any given panel when they're upset, like a little angry, when they're sad. It's very expressive art. Everything about it is just darn appealing. I'm trying to just show pages that I showed in my review of it. It's a beautiful book. Hold on, where's the... Ooh, don't want to show that page. You must be 18 or older to read this comic book. I mean, here's just some line art. I follow her on Twitter, man. I follow Mirka Andolfo on Twitter, and every now and then she just posts like, "Oh yeah, here's a little doodle I made," and I'm like, that doodle is 1,000 times better than what I can draw. You want to see me draw something? I'll draw you some stick figures, man. That's all. That's about the limit of my drawing experience. She's like, "Oh yeah, I just drew a little doodle." Humble brag. But I love her art, and I was thinking, Lord help me, I was thinking I might start picking up that Vertigo book she does the art for, Hex Wives, just for the art. Hubba hubba. Oh, you know I've been waiting on this one. I'm like the world's biggest proponent of Silencer. I love this book. This issue was a letdown because it was what I expected. I don't think I phrased it that way in my review. But for $2.99, you get an action movie. Let's just open up to the fight. I mean, look at this insanity. She's taken on literally all of Leviathan herself. And she's doing pretty good. She's doing pretty good. You know, eventually numbers get the better of her. Also, like, I flip open to this and I'm like, what is it? Oh, it's Bendis. Okay, I don't care. And you get to really see the nasty side of Talia al Ghul. Looking at it now, I wish I'd had some of these thoughts when I was doing my review, but I was like super psyched earlier. Some of the art looks a little, I don't know. I'm suddenly looking at this and I'm like, are her eyes looking in the same place? I would need to like pose this out and start drawing stuff. One thing I can do is geometry. You know, I have a math degree. But you totally see like just how evil Talia al Ghul is. I mean, she masterminded this whole purge where everyone in Leviathan was killing everybody. Spoiler alert, that was last issue. And here she is trying to get the last element of Leviathan back in line. And using any means to do it. Like, any means. Look, creepily stalking your family. Creepily stalking your family. Getting ready to assassinate him. Look at this. Talia is evil. She's an evil, evil person. And the book really carries that across. The cover is pretty good. It's a little more dramatic than it needs to be, but I think that kind of sets the tone pretty well. And using her own silencer bubble against her on the cover, that's a hoot. What else we got here? Oh yeah, this. It wasn't the book I expected it to be. That's about all I'm going to say. The Donnie Tran art is mostly fine. I think I got some quibbles with it in places, like the lack of backgrounds in some of these shots. Hold on, there's one in particular that's like my go-to. Yeah, it's right here. It comes right after this really great panel here. See? Fuse is lit. Guy sees it. Action lines drawn in from the edge of the panel. Explosion. Come down here to her returning home. Back to her base. Where'd the building go? Where'd the building go? Where'd the building go? I don't know. Where did the building go? For that and more, tune into my review, which will be coming up in a few days. That's all I'm going to say about that. It wasn't the book I expected it to be, but it was still pretty good. These are just what I got out of the 50-cent bin, because I don't like to linger too long. I got another issue of this series somewhere. So, Maybe I'll end up collecting the whole series out of the 50-cent bin. Who knows? I have no idea what this book is. I didn't even flip through it. I just grabbed it and ran. Looks kind of boring. Still looking kind of boring. Definitely kind of boring. Oh, wait. Is that a ghost? Hold on. Hold on. We might just have something interesting happening all of a sudden. Oh, that is sad and depressing. Okay. Now I wish I hadn't opened it up. And an old D&D comic. I mean, why not? It's actually in pretty good shape. Just been sitting in a 50-cent bin. Batman. Digital Justice. What? Digital Justice stands on the cutting edge of computer technology using the latest advances 3D imaging, high-definition laser printing, lifelike, high-resolution graphics, and state-of-the-art software. Combining all with a palette of more than 16 million colors, Marino is taking Batman into a unique and exciting future. I have never heard of this, but apparently it was a hardback graphic novel. Has anybody seen this thing? Like, even in 1990, this would have been ugly. Maybe if it was moving like on a screen, it'd be okay. Oh, dude! Sweet Dragon! Oh, now I kind of want to read this. What issue number is this? 17. Okay. Now we get to the fun stuff. Let's look at the comic shop news first before we go make fun of the Marvel previews. Look who's applying for guardianship. The Guardians of the Galaxy have one thing very much common with the Avengers. Lineup has changed many times. This may be the most cosmic Guardians team ever. Okay. Team will blend classic cosmic heroes like Silver Surfer with newer stars like Cosmic Ghost Rider. Galactus, whatever. Oh, let's revisit the 40s again. Okay. Witness Captain Marvel's down-to-earth side. Why would I want to? Why on earth would I want to? One thing, her name's Miss Marvel, or Binary. Binary is also acceptable. Captain Marvel is an alien, and he died like 30 years ago. Mutants faced with more bad experiences. Oh, it's gotta be tough being an X-Man. The world usually mistrusts them as heroes. Society ostracizes them. And blah, 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 blah. Beginning an Uncanny X-Men number 11. How bad is it? Well, Marvel is using the tagline Devastation as promotional images for X-Men 11 and The Last X-Men for number 12. Okay, whatever. I can't really bring myself to care that much. Now, what do we got here with Widow? I don't really like the art. The Twisted Twins of horror cinema, Jen and Sylvia Soska, weave a deadly web for the Black Widow. That sounds kind of interesting. Note to self, pick this up and flip through it and see if it's any good. "80 Years of Marvel Greatness." Okay, Duggan reveals all the sordid details. Hey, no shaky. No vibrating camera, no. Yeah. I kind of don't have the heart in me to mock anything right now. Not with how my shoulders hurt. Oh, hey! It's War of the Realms. Hold on. Trying to get this Daredevil up here where you can see him. I'm looking at the stream. You can barely see. He's got dots on his uniform. Is this Cosmic Daredevil? What? I guess this is like... What? Malekith leads his dark army on a warpath across the 10 realms, leaving the heroes of Asgard and Midgard as the last line of defense. Oh, that's Malekith. All right. It's not doing a lot for me, though. I feel like we can only have so many events before I stop paying attention. Auto superior, whatever. Nobody cares. Age of X-Man. I don't really care. I've seen like some of the art from that. When you have to tell somebody that the person they're looking at is the Blob, you've probably done something wrong. Like, it should just be intuitive. Yes, that is the Blob. This is some cool art. Let me just pull that section out. So it's like from Fantastic Four number 6. This is cool looking. So these are Doombots or something, I presume? So Doom vs. Galactus? Wow, that actually sounds like a book I would like to pick up and read. I might pick it up and read it too. Like, I'm not opposed to buying good comics regardless of the writer. It's just usually the writers and the artists don't do stuff that's good enough to make me want to pick it up. And like this whole Conan thing, I don't trust it. Not one little bit. I don't trust it at all. Alright, you can go. I have started keeping all my comic shop newses together instead of having them stacked up somewhere. So now I keep them in a plastic or a paper bag because that's totally classy. All right. So Marvel previews. What do we got going on? I really feel like the joke has had to have run its course by now for Asgardians of the Galaxy. I mean, really? How can you get 7 issues out of that joke? Out of a pun? Too bad Nick Spencer's writing that. What are these 2 different covers? Why are they so different? Yeah, I don't trust any of this stuff, guys. I really don't. It's gonna get dumb very quickly. Comic series usually seem to take like 3 issues, and then something changes, and it gets worse. You know, did they just cancel this? Didn't they just cancel Miss Marvel? Really? And why is this like the only thing they ever show? Is her making her hands big. Isn't she like a complete shapeshifter? Like, she can turn into anything? And all they ever do is make her have big hands? Doesn't that seem goofy? Oh, look at Apocalypse. Apocalypse and the Extracts. I'm just turning the page. I'm not even going to make fun of that, man. I don't even think I can. The Extremists. They're just taking every word that starts with EX, removing the E, and now they've got a new series. Ooh. Hold on. That I might buy. Whatevs. Whatevs. Why? This is another joke that's run its course. Not everything needs to have the old man version. X-Force. You know, I wish they would do something else with Thrawn in it, like the adaptation of the novel, because that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I loved reading that Thrawn mini. Okay, Super Deformed Spider-Man. You You know, even as a kid, I didn't find like super deformed stuff to be appealing. I don't. Who does? I guess somebody does. Since it's such a tradition in Japan to have SD versions of everything. Oh, cool. You know, some of this stuff I'd like to get, but I probably won't. Not this, though. I don't want that. Don't want that. Or these. This, on the other hand, maybe. Alright, we're kind of coming to the end of this. And I haven't found anything really to make fun of that much, so I think we might just end the stream here in a minute. I'm so sorry you characters ever had to be written by Dan Slott. Ask Spider-Man, he knows how it feels, guys. You know, that's kind of my problem is I really don't like most of these writers that write stuff. Dan Slott can't write his way out of a wet paper bag. He's ruined Spider-Man for a decade. Now he's ruining other characters. Nick Spencer, anybody who would write Captain America the way he did, shouldn't be allowed in your comic books. That's my opinion, but I'm pretty sure that opinion is also known as fact. I would totally get in on this. Like, this picture, this cover for Spider-Man 17, I want to get in on this. It's going to be good. You can look at it. Look at it. Just look. But let's see this name. Not a single dime for Nick Spencer. Not ever. And I think on that angry note, I'm going to call it a stream. Thank you, Rami, for saying stuff. And I saw my viewer count fluctuating a little bit. So thank you, all you lurkers that popped in, even just for a couple minutes. I appreciate it. Much love, as they say. I will see you all next time. You have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And, man, poor Vulture. Like, he's just an old dude. Come on, Craven. Really? Is that Wolverine? Really? You're telling me Craven killed a guy who's effectively immortal? Yeah, right. Even a statue made out of adamantium couldn't hold Wolverine because he just grew hot claws. What are you going to do? I'm out of here. Bye-bye.